Live from Pacific Junction Hotel, Girth Radio.
Yo, welcome to My Summer Lair. Welcome, Katie Douglas.
Hi, thanks for having me.
This is really cool and fun. Congratulations to you. You made it all the way to level 16.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
That's really exciting. For people who don't know, what does that achievement mean and what is level 16?
Well, basically, Level 16 is a movie. It's a dystopian thriller, basically set in a prison-like boarding school, a very timeless-seeming boarding school, and it's established as the Stalis Academy. And basically, what they make it out to be is a type of school where they raise young women from childhood, basically, to be quote-unquote clean girls. So they're
good girls.
Right, and strictly following the feminine virtues and the consequences for not obeying the rules are quite severe. So initially they're erasing their individualities, and for the end goal being to be adopted by good families. Mm-hmm. Allegedly, what they say.
Yes. Have you ever done, as a side tangent, because based on the way that the movie is kind of a little bit, have you ever done escape rooms?
I have done escape rooms. Yeah. It's funny you say that, actually. I was thinking how similar it actually is, like that frantic feeling of needing to get out. I've heard other people compare it to the movie Get Out, that anxiety feeling.
Mm-hmm. Are you any good at the escape rooms? You seem like a smart, you seem on top of it.
I wish I was. I've done them a couple times, and I gotta say, I've always been the weakest link.
Okay. So you and I will not be hanging out in an escape room. No. I won't be depending on you to get out.
No, yeah.
So what drew you to the Academy then? Were you drawn to the sci-fi stuff, the female empowerment theme? You kind of touched upon a couple of those things.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of being a good girl.
Yeah, well, this was a really exciting audition to get, actually. As an actor, I hate saying that, as an actor.
Yeah.
But really, because it's not like a normal person that you're playing. You're playing somebody who is secluded to this reality that is so very different, and yet in ways not different from a normal young woman's world. So basically, in Vivian's case, she's been erased of her personalities, and she lives in fear every day of disobeying the rules and just trying to be the best in her class and trying to be a good girl. So basically, I wanted her to look like kind of an empty shell of a porcelain girl,
mm-hmm.
just very broken.
Yeah. A lot of times, too, you're looking down.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah. When prepping for the character, the eyes became hollow and the jaw became clenched. And
mm-hmm.
it comes from a place of fear, I guess.
Yeah. Was that kind of, I know that's your job as an actor, but was that kind of hard, kind of getting into that mindset and that kind of attitude every day, doing the shoot?
Yeah,
because it's hard to kind of leave that behind a little bit and then go do something fun and get ice cream with your friends after you've been this repressed.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. I didn't really feel like it was hard to switch back and forth, but my roommate at the time actually mentioned that I'd come home every night, and rather than being goofy or having a conversation, I'd just kind of walk into my room and close my door and just solemn all night.
Yeah, that's international sign when you don't make any noise and just walk in and close your bedroom door.
Something's going on in my head.
Yeah, it's not right. So one of the themes of Level 16 is femininity. And did working with all the actresses, the director is a female, did the theme of the film change your definition of femininity or your perspective on femininity?
As a young woman myself, I have a very specific idea of femininity. Of course, the film touches based on the traditional feminine virtues of what people of what really used to define femininity. And when it comes down to it, basically initially the movie's an analysis of how those values can be used to silence and subdue women. In this case, of course, rendering them vulnerable to the school's malicious end achievement. But it's also is a statement in that sense, and it's also about how women can fight back against those kind of traditional rules and to fight back against conforming and obedience initially.
So you said you have a set definition, or you have a definition of femininity, and based on what you just said, does that include leadership? I guess, is that a good word?
Oh, yeah. Well, after this was such a wonderful experience for me, especially as a young woman at this stage in my life, because it was an incredibly empowering and creative process to be in. Of course, as you know, there has been and still kind of is obstacles for women in the industry, and getting to do this. I mean, we did it and we did it well, and it was so wonderful. There was no such thing as as boy and girl on our set. We were just creative people doing our jobs. And it was just very, it was really nice to be able to do it.
Yeah. It's interesting because your character in level 16 is Vivian, which means alive.
Yeah, well, I know the name is also, she's named after the old-time actress Vivian Lee. Mm-hmm. But I actually didn't know that what does it mean a lot? What language is that?
It's some French, like passed down, but it's from the original French, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so when you...
Interesting, actually.
Yeah, right? When you actually look at the character and the arc and all the stuff that she does in level 16, what you're just talking about now in terms of being a leader and in terms of being a creative person, they both kind of fit. I know your name's not Vivian, but you know what I mean? Like,
of course,
yeah. They fit, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess that's important to you too, right? Like in terms of the material that you're choosing, like you've done now, like you have a really impressive like IMDb list. Mary Kills People, Spooksville, Raising Expectations. When you're looking for something now to do, you have a little bit more choice than when you're, say, starting out. So what makes you go, ooh, or like that's worth putting on pants for?
Well, what makes me put on pants is I love to do something real and meaningful. It's very hard to make something meaningful and real when you're kind of faced with like stereotypes and the generic image of what the public wants. So something kind of outside the box, but something that doesn't forget what reality looks like. Typically. That's
kind of echoing what you just said about being a woman and being a creator now, right? Like you're trying to do something that's a little bit more outside the box, or maybe not quote unquote traditional for a young girl to do.
Yeah. I think that's it. Anything that just I like being pushed, but I like also touching people and reminding them why. Well, we don't know why we're here, but making them think about it.
Yeah. You don't have any clues? You don't have any... Okay.
That's funny. I'm figuring it out.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I think even people who are like 60 still don't. Like,
yeah.
So
who knows? Who cares? I mean, we're figuring it out.
Yeah. As long as we don't have to wear pants too much and we get some ice cream.
Exactly. I'm with you.
Yes. You do all these kind of different things. They're all kind of cool and different. Like you've done some modeling, you've done some TV stuff, you've done movies, you've done commercials. Do you have a preference in terms of which one you want to do? Because TV, obviously, you're there for a little longer, depending on the arc and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I've thought about that. And I think there's something about film that's very personal and very passionate. And it's a really good, you put your everything into a film. A television is very controlled and it's very, you have to cater to a lot of separate people. You have to cater to the viewers and the network and whatnot. I think my passion lies in film.
And that is eventually, do you want to then go behind the camera as well?
That's kind of always been the main goal. Yeah. I would love to go behind the camera. I go to Ryerson for film studies right now. Well, I'm busy right now, but I used to. So yeah, I'd like to make my own. I've got ideas. Mm-hmm. So
when you're making stuff though, isn't that considered film school too? Like, aren't you always learning and like?
Of course. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy because I get experience behind the camera, and I think it gives me a little bit of a foot in the door. Mm-hmm. Is just on set experience, and a lot of the times I felt like I could teach the classes, so to an extent, of course, but it's a lot of learning.
What surprises you, like, in terms of like transitioning from like being an actor to being like a director or say a producer? Because you're still managing the story, but you're just doing it from a different perspective. Yeah.
Well, the way in my head that I word it is kind of the difference between being a puppet and a puppeteer. So there's so much more that I feel. I think the two worlds are very different in that, like, a director doesn't really think about how much the actor has to think about, and the actor doesn't think about how much the director has to deal with and has to think about. So I feel like that transition would be quite a shocking one. Mm-hmm. They're very, very different worlds in a sense, and I guess the end game is to come together and be a team, but I'm sure they're very different.
It's also kind of nice too, just being an actor, because like you just kind of come in, you do your scenes, and you leave. Yeah, you go home, you learn your line, and you take direction. And a director's job is to try to portray their vision onto the camera. It's totally different concepts. So. Mm-hmm. So do you get to shoot a lot of stuff, or just kind of fool around with the camera and stuff like that, or are you kind
in
of
school?
Yeah, or just in life too, like on set or things like that.
Yeah. Well, I've always had a camera, and I've always been making my own little movies. And in film school, it was wonderful because it touches on every aspect of the film industry. So I've made a couple of my own films, and I've sure got my own ideas. I don't know if they're any good or anything, but that would be the end goal is to make it. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that you say that you don't know if some of your ideas are good or not. I guess that's part of this thing you're still figuring out too, right?
Well, what is good? I don't know. I don't know.
Is it hard to in your position? Because you do have a fan base. Like I've seen a number of like really cool, cute fan movies and things like that on YouTube. And like, Katie's so pretty, she's nice, and like, you know what I mean? So is that also like a little bit difficult in terms of like locking you down, or you think the audience or your fan base is elastic enough to follow you down each of these roads?
Well, I'm hoping I'm elastic enough. I'm not really catering to anybody in particular. I'm not really performing to anybody. So it would be comforting to think that no matter what I choose to do, people would want to listen or watch. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really catering to anything in particular.
Do you have any favorite directors or actors that you kind of like?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's such a hard question.
Yeah, I know. That's a mean question.
I know. Yeah. Oh, who do I really like right now? I think I brought this up yesterday, too. I think his name is Yorgos Lanthimos. He directed what's his name? I think it's that. He directed The Lobster and like...
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I really love his stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's very quirky.
Yeah. He's very in touch with his absurd side. And I love that. Claire Bernard is somebody. She's a British director who I've been following, who is really, really wonderful at capturing life, like the ugliness of life and the silence of life and the stillness of life. Like she's very. I really like her work as well.
That's kind of it's a little surprising, just because, like, given your age. Not that I'm generalizing, but it just. Does that make you like an old soul, I guess? Or?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm taken with the simplicities of the mundane, I guess.
With your film education, or like when you're like watching movies and stuff, not like I'm talking about like Ryerson, but your own personal film education, are you trying to go back and watch stuff and like... Yeah. Because I mean, sometimes people got caught up in like trying to see all the new stuff, all the new Avengers movies, you know what I mean? So people don't generally always go back.
Well, the origins of our art is back there. Like that was the original stuff. Those were people's original thoughts. You know, a lot of the stuff that's being made right now, I feel is, you know, you can't really create it much more. It's renditions of and you know, copying the older stuff. Yeah, that stuff's great. Mm-hmm. I like old stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What about music and books? Are you reading anything, or you got any music recommendations? Since we'll keep rolling, so you dropped a couple of weird ones for movies. So I want to see with music and books, what kind of weird stuff you're going to drop now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in the last couple of months, I reread Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
I just finished reading Lolita. Mm-hmm. And my friend gave me a book right now. It's the Samuel Beckett series, which is super interesting and super. It's a tough read. Like it's taken me a while to read. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm into that. I'm into what I just read Peter Pan too. I don't know. I like fairy tales as well. So
Alice in Wonderland and Lolita are interesting too. Like, how do you view them as like a young person, as a young girl too? Because I mean, they both obviously have but there's completely two different.
Very much so, but
right. So how do you view each of those two characters as a young girl yourself?
That's the thing. I think I'm still very in tune with my childhood. Like I'm very in touch with my my girlhood, I guess. So I view them as very, like, that's the thing, they're very different. One is the destruction of childhood, and the other is beautifying childhood and putting it up on and you know, on highlighting the quirkiness and the importance of childhood. Like, it's kind of like a Michael Jackson thing. Like I love going back to that. Mm-hmm.
That Neverland, like just go back to Peter Pan.
I think it's very important though when we're adults to do that.
Mm-hmm. On a film like Level 16, which is very serious and has these themes, and like you said, it's a dystopian kind of sci-fi. It's got some Handmaid's Tale-ish. You mentioned Get Out. Are you still able to have fun on a set like that?
Oh,
Or
yes. Yeah, very much so. That it was a wonderful full set. It was all girls. Every morning we'd start off because it is an independent film, so we didn't have much. We're making a piece of art. We're in the dirt most of the time. But every morning we all had to get into our costumes. We had one tent, and every morning we'd just pile into the tent and just start our day off all naked together. And then we end the day the exact same way. And it was just so nice, and it was so casual, and all the girls, all those actresses are just such wonderful actors, like really funny people. We had such a good time. We'd go out afterwards and just put some makeup back on and
yes,
feel like a girl again. And it was, really, really lovely set to be on.
And congratulations too for that, because you won Best Actress at the Blood in the Snow Film Festival. Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it obviously paid off. Where can people find you online if they want to see what you look like inside a shopping cart?
Inside a shopping cart, you can find me on Instagram. I'm pretty sure my name is just Katie Douglas 98, and that's the year I was born. So on Instagram, and then I'm also on Twitter. I don't say much unless I'm promoting my stuff, but that would be Katie_E_Douglas on Twitter. And
what are you doing next that people can find you? Obviously, this Level 16 is coming out. It'll be at Toronto on March 15 at Yonge and Dundas Square. That's super exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. Yeah, it'll be there for a little while, and if you get a chance to go see it, I would recommend it.
It's worth pants.
Yeah, it's worth pants. Support your local indies and women in film and whatnot. It's a great story.
Mm-hmm. And where else? Anything else coming up that's super exciting that you can talk about, or you're still making stuff?
One that I can talk about. I think I could talk about it. I've got another film coming out called Thicker Than Water, which is another horror story, and I'm filming season 3 of Mary Kills People, and more to come.
Yeah. So again, another horror one, because you've done
I don't know why that is. I don't know something about my face.
You're
in tune with my dark side.
Yeah. I guess, maybe, I could see you being but you also look like you're a tough one too, though.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think you could, depending on how the horror movie's structured, but I think you could survive the sun up.
Yeah, well, that's always a fun character to play, is the one that pulls through, so.
Yeah, I think you could pull it off.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie, for coming in and hanging out. And we covered female. We covered Peter Pan.
We covered it all. We covered ice cream even.
Pants. Yeah. You don't like wearing pants?
The important stuff, man.
Yeah. I think that's great. Awesome. And I appreciate the fact that you don't like pants. I'm not a big pants hater too.
Who likes pants though, for real?
Yeah.
That could just be a personal thing.
No. I think if we've learned anything from Level 16, it's don't always follow the rules, right?
Exactly.
So I think if there's a revolution there to be started, down with pants, I think you can do it. You can be the face.
Free the thighs.
Yeah, there you go. That's cool. You already got your hashtag and your slogan and everything.
Glad we covered that.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much.
My name is Sammy Younan. This has been another fantastic episode of My Summer Lair. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My Pal Sammy.